Hello, good evening. I want to apologize for coming about 4 minutes late into the class. Your screen, you can hear me. All right, that's good. Okay, so today marks the end of a series of lectures that we've been having. We've actually come a long way. Firstly, I want to thank everyone that has been part of this series. It's been quite encouraging and it's been quite encouraging and it has been quite fun. Okay, so the class was expected to end last week, but there was a demand for us to know how we can actually take our website live. So that's basically all we're going to be doing today. We remember this is basically all we built throughout the stay of this course. So let's talk about the type of hosting plans that are available. And I'll just do a quick Google search. Let's say type of web hosting. Let's say web hosting. And let's go to images. I'm sure we're going to see a couple of images that tells us about the type of web hosting that we have available. We're not going to explain everything. We'll just explain those that are actually tied or geared towards us. Okay, let's open this type of web hosting. And at the right corner, let me see if I can expand that. I don't want to go to any website. I just want to. The left of the page, we have what we call the shared hosting plan. It's a type of account where resources are shared among multiple users. That's to say that we have let's assume a CPU or maybe a hard disk where all the websites are going to be stored or files, and those resources that are available are shared among multiple users. We also have a virtual private server, VPS for short. Resources are shared in a way that each user actually runs like they're running an individual resource or a private resource of their own. A dedicated web hosting platform is a type of web hosting where you have a physical server stored out for you. And reseller web hosting. The reseller web hosting now, if you're thinking about starting a web hosting business, one of the best places to actually start on is the reseller hosting because it offers you, comes with a cPanel, a control panel. It also comes with a web host manager that allows you to sell web hosting plans to other users. All right, so let's get started. So if you've actually purchased a web hosting plan and you sign in by using the domain /cpanel.com, you get it takes you to the cPanel page, and the cPanel page is going to look something like this. And the cPanel is arranged based on you have the files, the databases that you're going to be working with. We have a section for your domain if you want to make if you want to have subdomains housed within your domains. You can actually have that within your cPanel. That's basically it. So basically, you type the domain /cPanel and it takes you, and you log in and it takes you to this page. Now, we're opening the file section of the cPanel and we have a file manager. The file manager takes you to this page. And remember, all your websites are going to be hosted in your roots directory. Your roots directory is the public_HTML directory. So you open that and we're going to upload our file. So what we're going to do right now is go back to our home page. We go back to our home page and we'll go to where our website is stored and we're going to zip it. We're going to compress it and create a zip file of it. We're going to compress it and create
Sorry to interrupt you. Please, can you go back like a minute or two? I didn't get the last thing you just did.
Yeah, okay. I said when you come up to the cPanel page, you have you go under the file menu, you click on File Manager. It takes you to this page. Now, your roots directly in your file, your roots directory under your file manager is stored under the public.html. That's where all your files are going to be uploaded to if you're actually making use of a server that makes use of cPanel. You get so it's going to be uploaded up here to your root directory, your public.html file. Don't change it, then you open it and you go down to where your file is stored. You create a zip file of it. You compress your entire file into a zip directory. The reason you're compressing it into a zip directory for easy upload. And you can come up here to should be a section for upload. There up here it says upload. You click on it, and then you can select the file you want uploaded. And this was what we just zipped. So we let it upload. All right, so we have the file uploaded. You can click to go back to the public menu, the public HTML folder. So we right click on the file here and we say extract. So it basically extracts, it tells you it's asking for the path where you want to extract the file to. And you extract all the files just downloaded out to your public root directory. Notice that because we zipped, let's delete this, we don't need it anymore. Because we actually zipped the entire folder, it's extracted it to the gym website. We don't want it to be extracted to the gym website. We want it to have direct access. So we're going to drag it out to the public root directory. We can go back now and delete the gym folder, but we don't need it. Skip trash. We don't want to move to the trash. Yeah, and that's basically all you have to do. If we go over here and refresh our domain name, we have our website out online, and you can actually visit the URL right now, and it's actually going to be working. You understand? But we're not going to be. I'm not going to keep this on. I'm actually going to delete this right now because this domain is actually not free. And I'm going to show you a second way of hosting your website, which is what I actually use. Netlify, yeah. So I think it allows for static hosting. It's a static hosting website. And static hosting means that it allows you to host on basically HTML documents. I think you can also run other stacks on it, but it allows for free hosting. So we're going to make use of it for our hosting this time. And in order to make use of Netlify, you're also going to need an account with GitHub. I'm not going to be going through the process of setting up GitHub on your computer because it's quite a lengthy process. But I'm sure if you go online, you Google it, setting up GitHub on your computer, you're actually going to find very interesting tutorials on that. I probably will do one if I have the time about that to actually run that. Okay, so before we look into that, let me show you the different web hosting companies I make use of and my recommendations. If you're going to be doing shared hosting and you want to do, or you want a reseller hosting, I'll recommend InMotion hosting. Very reliable. I've worked with them for years. So you can make use of InMotion hosting for shared hosting. I think it's $6.39. If you're going to be paying for 1 year straight, or if you're going to be paying monthly, you're going to be paying $7.49 per month. Yeah, that's it. And it actually offers, it's a managed service, meaning that the company is actually going to help you set up your server. And I think the cheapest offers 2 websites per server. Now, if you're going to be doing a VPS, which is actually what I make use of, make use of Linode, or you can make use of DigitalOcean. These are the 2 cloud companies that I actually make use of. Mainly Linode. Most of my web apps are actually hosted on Linode. I actually make use of Linode for most of my hosting. All right, so we head over back to github.com and we create a new repository after registering and all that. And we're going to call this repository seed gym. Yeah. We'll just skip the other ones. It's a public repository, meaning it's going to be open to everybody. We create it and it's telling us now that, okay, say quick setup or create a new repository using the command line. We've already created a new repository. So what we need to do is head back to our website. And I already had GitHub set up on my computer. So what I need to do now is initialize my website. And I'll say git init. It initializes the entire website. It makes it ready to move to my repository. I say git add dot. The dot means I want to add all my files to the repository. And I say git commit. First, I'll say this is my first commit. Okay, first commit. Then I'm going to come over here and take this line that says the first, this is the first push. Then I'll come over here and push to the master's branch. What GitHub actually does for you is it allows you to keep track of different changes that you make to your website. Now we've actually pushed this entire website to GitHub. If I restart this page now, if I reload this page, sorry, you can see my entire website is hosted, is shown on my GitHub repository called CG. And we're going to head over to Netlify and we're going to register a fresh new, okay, sign up. We're going to register a fresh new account. And I'm going to sign up using my GitHub account. I click on GitHub. Since I have a GitHub account, I'll register using GitHub. It already recognized my GitHub and yeah. So we're on Netlify page now, and it tells us that new site from Git. I'm pulling my new site from Git, and I can give it a name. I can select the type of deployment, continuous deployment, and I'm going to make use of GitHub. I also make use of Bitbucket, but I've never made use of GitLab. So it's connecting now to my GitHub page, and it tells me, okay, all repository, no, only selected repository, and I'll select the repository I just named, which was called this seed media calculator. Sorry, not calculator, seed media, seed gym. We click install. And that's So it has picked up the repository. What next? What next? Yeah, I think that's okay. It's picking up. So I can just click on deploy sites. It's making use of the master branch, and the site is actually live. Yeah, and now we've not. It's actually a free deployment, so it gives us a temporary URL that we can actually make use of to view to view our website. I think this URL is giving us boring pressure. Let's try to follow that URL right now. Yeah, the website is live. And you can do a little bit of editing to maybe, let's say, seed media at netlify.app, but the netlify.app will remain. You can't change that. All right, so okay. So basically, we are calling it a night. Today marks the end of our long and wonderful HTML tutorial on CSS. It's a stepping stone. There's so much. There's still so much to be done in the web development arena. There are so many books to read, and there's so many projects to achieve. All right, so I'll see you all on the WhatsApp group where we can say our final goodbyes.